Sometimes we get so busy being adults, we forget the magic of simply living, loving, laughing, and playing. I came up with that reminder when I was about 22, back when life still felt wide open, full of possibility, and before the real adulting began. So, in this season of soul care, I decided to do something sacred. I let my inner child out to play. I packed my bags, headed to wilderness at the Smokies, and gave myself permission to just be, to laugh too loud, to splash in the water, and to be free. And in the process, I found myself returning not just to joy, but to a version of myself I hadn't seen in a while. I returned to that soft, fearless spirit I carried back at Spelman College before life got in the way. This vlog is more than a getaway, it's a homecoming. Let's release the pressure. Let's reclaim the play. Let's go. We came out here to celebrate my best friend's daughter's birthday, a perfect excuse to let loose, have fun, and just play. Wilderness at the Smokies has something for everyone. Sweet treats galore, a massive arcade, and a huge indoor water park that brings out your inner child, whether you're 6 or 60. But what started as a birthday trip quickly turned into something deeper for me. Because the truth is, play isn't just for kids. As adults, we're so used to grinding, striving, and surviving that we forget joy is spiritual, laughter is sacred, and play is a form of healing. Every splash in the water, every giggle, every carefree moment, it's medicine for the soul. A reminder that we don't have to earn our joy, we just have to allow it. So while we came to celebrate a child, I found myself reconnecting with my inner child too, and realizing she's been waiting for me to show up for her like this all along. I was so happy I slipped away and found myself floating down the lazy river. And let me tell you, it wasn't just relaxing, it was cleansing. The water carried more than just my body, it carried my stress, my overthinking, my need to always be doing. I let go. I closed my eyes, and for a quiet few minutes, I remember what it felt like to trust the flow. And that's the thing. Spiritual self care doesn't always look like a retreat or a ritual. Sometimes it's just letting yourself float. Sometimes it's just surrendering to joy. And sometimes healing looks like drifting in peace, knowing that the universe has you. And then there is this moment, just watching my son completely in his element. No hesitation, no shame, just pure joy. He splashed, he laughed from his belly, he made up games on the spot. And in watching him, I realized he's not learning freedom. He is freedom. Children don't question if they're allowed to be joyful, they just live it. And in that moment, he became my teacher, a reminder that I don't have to wait for permission either. That somewhere inside me, that same wild, free, curious spirit still exists. And she deserves to come out and play too. So I started getting ready for the day, and something shifted. The laughter is still echoing from our time in Tennessee, reminding me that magic was still in the air, and that feeling of freedom, of play, hadn't left me. because I was ready to let these 42-year-old bones let loose in the A. But while I arrived in Atlanta ready to live it up like I was 18 again, that's when the energy began to shift from playful release to deep reflection. I returned to Spelman for my 20th college reunion, walking those sacred grounds with a heart full of memory. I was just 18 when I stepped on that campus, and technically I was grown, but still very much a child inside. I was so eager to be seen as a woman, rushing to prove something, not yet understanding how sacred that season of becoming truly was. And now, watching my daughter step into her own season of becoming, I gently remind her what I didn't know back then. When you grow up, you can never go back. So don't rush it. Soak in the joy, the softness, the freedom. Because that inner child, she never really leaves. She just waits for you to remember her. You're at my alma mater. I am so happy to be back. So many memories. Just got out of our class meeting, and oh, my daughter's back there. I know, I'm sorry. I got you beaten. But of course I had to bring her. So I'm just gonna walk around campus and show her some of places that bring back memories for me. As we walked through the campus, I found myself pointing out the buildings like old friends. Like, that was my dorm. That's where I had most of my classes. That's where I cried after failing my first test. But the truth is, college was this sacred in between space. Like, I was no longer a child, but not yet the woman I thought I had to become overnight. And even though I carried the weight of expectations, my own and everyone else's, there was still this softness in me, this inner child who showed up in stolen giggles between classes, late night talks with my sisters, and dreams that were still wild and unfiltered. Revisiting these halls reminded me that the inner child never disappears. She just adapts. She learns to wear heels and carry planners, but she's still there, hoping you'll take a moment to swing your feet, daydream, laugh too loud, and let her lead. I came back expecting nostalgia, but what I found was grace. Grace for the girl I was, grace for the woman I've become, and gratitude that they still live inside me together. And of course, while we were in town, I spent some beautiful time with my 20-year-old bonus son. Watching him laugh and play with his younger siblings, it did something to me. There was this moment where time felt soft, where they were just being. No roles, no pressure, just joy. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to hit the town and see how long I can actually stay awake. These knees are saying be in by 10, but my inner child, she's like, girl, we just getting started. I even booked myself a hotel room for the night. No kids, no responsibilities, just me, a little freedom, and a whole lot of lip gloss. Because sometimes part of healing is just giving yourself space. Space to play, to rest, to remember who you were before the world told you who you needed to be. And what I've learned is this, is that when we give our inner child permission to show up, we unlock something powerful. We stop performing, we stop rushing, and we start returning. Returning to joy, returning to softness, returning to our becoming. So if this made you laugh, reflect, or even just breathe a little easier, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You never know who else needs the reminder that play is sacred, joy is healing, and your inner child is still in there waiting to dance. I'll catch y'all in the next vlog.